The country has 80 crore youth. They are below 35 years of age. If youth have the skill, they have the power to change the destiny of this country, says our Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi sir. Welcome everyone. I welcome you all in this podcast session, Insider's Take on Rajya Sabha Internship Program. If you are someone who is interested in governance, policy making and legislative affairs, then you are in for a treat. Now I would like to introduce our guests Srinivas and Gav. And with that, I would like Srinivas and Garv to introduce themselves to the audience.
Hello everyone, my name is Garv Mittal. I belong to Hisar district of Haryana. I completed my bachelor's in management studies from University of Delhi. After that, I pursued a diploma course in international affairs and diplomacy from Indian Institute of Governance and Leadership.
Greetings everyone, I am Srinivasan and I am from Tamil Nadu. I am an aeronautical engineer who got graduated from Anna University, and currently I am in my penultimate year of Masters in University of Delhi pursuing my political science.
So let's begin with the very basic detail of the internship. The Rajya Sabha Internship Program was introduced last year by Rajya Sabha Secretariat under the visionary leadership of our Honorable Vice President of India and Chairman Rajya Sabha Shri Jagdeep Dhankar. I want my friend to let our viewers get an overview of this internship. So what inspired you guys to join this internship program?
Since my 6th grade, my ambition is to become a civil servant. But in the due course of time, I developed some interest in drones and unmanned aerial vehicles. So I started pursuing my aeronautical engineering degree. But post my degree, I started preparing for UPSC Civil Services examination. And during my preparation, my optional paper was Political Science and International Relations. While studying the subject, I developed some interest on it, and that's how I thought of writing the CUET PG examination, and I joined Masters in Delhi University. And my current degree, I started interest on further subjects like public policy, governance and international relations, and that's how I joined this internship.
Yeah, just like Srinivasan, I also aspire to join the Indian Foreign Services. During my graduation, I came across the field of public policy and governance, and I was very much intrigued by the delicacies as well as the complexities of this field. After that, I did a couple of internships in this domain, which fascinated my interest more into the field of diplomacy as well as international relations. So during that period, I just came to know about this internship and I applied for that. And I was fortunate enough to get this opportunity. The thing that sets this internship apart from any other experience is that it gives us an opportunity to meet senior bureaucrats as well as members of parliament to have a discussion as well as hands-on training, and which facilitates one's motives as well as understanding of the parliamentary procedure. Apart from that, it gives me an opportunity to work at the Parliament of India, that is the temple of the democracy.
So it's fascinating to hear how you two got inspired here, and you know how internship like this expose us to parliamentary affairs, all thanks to our Honorable Vice President sir. So how is this internship program different from the other opportunities according to you?
Absolutely, like young people all around India have the opportunity to learn about the legislative procedures, research processes regarding the parliamentary procedures. And this internship sheds light on several intricacies of these, and that's how this internship is really imperative.
Yeah, so the basic goal of the program is to get a thorough understanding of the parliamentary procedures, and this gives us an opportunity coming from varied backgrounds such as political science, engineering and law to get a hands-on training on the parliamentary procedures as well as the working of the governance.
So you know, it's great how we all got into a group and then made to research on different topics that were of importance. So now let's move further and let us now discuss the process of joining this wonderful internship program. So if you guys have any suggestion, and what are the steps according to you and the process to join this internship, and what is the criteria, eligibility criteria to join this program?
So the basic requirement for this internship program is to be an Indian citizen, and This eligibility criteria makes this an ever-inclusive nature. And apart from this, you also need a nomination or recommendation from any sitting member of parliament in precise to be Rajya Sabha. So this makes it further to break all the barriers and then makes it ever inclusive. And this also fosters development and interdisciplinary approach, because several of our interns are from varied backgrounds like law, journalism, and even engineering to say. So this showcases our diversity among us, right?
So, it's amazing, but Srini, as you know that there are currently more than 240 sitting members of Rajya Sabha, and not all of them would be able to recommend. So how one can get in and how can one apply?
Yeah, definitely. Not every sitting member of parliament recommends a nominee for this internship. So there is no minimum or maximum criteria for the selection. Actually, during the first batch, there were around 20 interns, but this time, including us, we were around 35 of the interns who came from different backgrounds. And when it comes to the duration of the program, it generally spans over a period of 3 to 4 weeks, during which we have multiple sessions as well as workshops with senior bureaucrats, industry experts, as well as member of parliaments.
So now let's hear from Srini about his visit.
So I will never forget this particular incident in my life ever. So that is the visit to the Honorable Vice President's enclave. So I will narrate this incident. So we were 35 interns on that day, and then we were asked to stand on an elevated podium that day. And then there were several people talking in the walkie-talkie that the Vice President is on his way. And then the man himself arrived. So he just entered the hall and then he greeted everyone there. And after that, he came towards us and then he greeted us as well. And then he definitely knew that we were all on our toes because he's the Honorable Vice President. So he cracked a joke and made the situation very light. And after that, we were all made to get into the room, and then there was the speech of the Honorable Vice President. And after that, the Vice President interacted with each and every one of us. And later, I was also given an opportunity to familiarize myself with him. And I told about my educational background, my hometown, and several things. And in turn, he cracked a joke again with me and one of the interns who was also from the same state. So that moment is really, really huge, and I was literally on cloud 9 that day.
Oh wow, that's great. You know, the dedication of this program in investing in India's youth and India's democracy, in my opinion, is quite evident. So as part of the program, we were fortunate enough to witness the live sessions of both the houses, the Lok Sabha and the Rajya Sabha. And you know, I could see how people were debating, discussing, especially our elected representatives, and how the bills and processes are made there and the laws are made for our nations. The fervor of the discussion and the procedures that guarantees the public opinion and are heard, it was just intriguing in my opinion. Learning about the checks and balances, and it was impressive. All things considered, the overall visit, it was just enriching, and it really made me understand a lot of things. So now let us just discuss in detail about the actual day-to-day proceedings of internship program. First and foremost, authorities let the interns get accustomed to the day-to-day working of Parliament, and also we get the chance to meet the working force behind Rajya Sabha Secretariat. We met people who assist our elected representatives. It was just amazing. We saw various parliamentary committees. We visited MHA section, we visited MA section, and the experience was amazing.
Yes, I totally agree with you, Sakshi. The day's activities are priorly organized and planned, and they ensure proper time management. And to be honest, before coming to this internship, even though I was an UPSC aspirant, I was just aware that there will be a bill and that will be passed as an act or not. But after this internship, I got to know about the various features of this parliamentary structure, and they explained it in detail, and that gave me a feel that okay, this thing impacts 1.4 billion of Indians. And the beauty of this internship is that priorly we were given teaching the theoretical sessions, and we were taught all the basics, and post that we were taken to the particular section either in that week or in some instances on the same day itself. So we gained first hand information, and I vividly remember going to the bill office, and I saw the register, and it was maintained since 2004, and they have the bills till 2025 right now. And the last bill written on that was the amendment bill of Waqf, and it was really surreal to see the bills that we hear on the register. It was really good.
So since we are together in this, I can really resonate with what you are feeling. So now let's hear from Garv.
Yes, apart from the sessions and workshops, I also was fortunate enough to get a visit to the Ministry of Tourism. So it was a very welcoming presentation from their side. Like the people associated there greeted us with a resource kit, and it was very heartwarming. And the purpose of my visit was to get an insight about the Ministry of Tourism and help me complete my research thesis that was to be done during the process. And they also assisted me in getting all the annual reports, and that was, yeah, basically it was a nice way of, like, nice gesture that I learned. I previously did secondary research during my internship as well as my graduation, but the thing that I felt there was completely different.
Right, I can absolutely resonate with Garv as well. So now regarding the session, it would be wonderful to hear your viewpoint since you are a real-time participant. So what are your views and how you felt?
So we were taken to multiple sections of Parliament, like we were taken to the bill office, notice office, table office, and we were also given some overview regarding the role of Indian Parliament in diplomacy as well.
Yeah, the kind of interaction we had with the dignitaries and the respected bureaucrats, that was kind of beyond a thought. So a couple of months back, I even haven't imagined that I could visit this place and have a chat with some of the brilliant minds of our nation.
So I would like to say about the Ministry of Home Affairs Committee as well. So in that committee, we were actually taken to the committee, and then the in charge person there literally explained every stuff regarding it. So prior to this, I was not aware of it, but after that, she gave a detailed explanation regarding it. So how the bill is sent to that particular committee and how they scrutinize them, and further they recommend the changes. And it is really nice to hear from the person themselves.
Yeah, definitely. Meeting the Rajya Sabha Secretariat staff, it was very welcoming. So it completely changed my perspective of how the government offices work. Earlier, we used to be indoctrinated in such a way that there were very monotonous work and only the documents were shifted from here to there. But the kind of work that I saw there was mind-blowing.
And you know, I remember our visit to Rashtrapati Bhavan. It was just surreal, and the experience was so enriching. A day before, I had never thought that I would get this opportunity to visit such a dignified place in my life. But the experience was again very, very impressive and enriching.
Yes, definitely. Like the visit to Rashtrapati Bhavan is really a highlight because it marks the symbol of a democracy.
Let's talk about assisting member of parliament. So what are your views? What do you think?
We were fortunate enough to be nominated by various members of parliament, and we had discussions with them as well. And we were asked, like around 7 to 8 members out of the 35 people having here, they are working currently as PA or PS to the members of parliament. So when we had interactions with them, we were able to understand what kind of work they had to do, and it was like very hard-working and challenging process, but it was mostly exciting and motivating for us to work harder.
Yes. Now let's talk about the launch of RSIP portal by our Honorable Vice President, Sir. It is an initiative aimed at empowering India's future leaders. The launch was an important moment for both the Rajya Sabha Internship Program and for the youth engagement and governance, right?
Yes.
Yes, absolutely. I remember the day we visit the Honorable Vice President's enclave. He was very much bullish on the idea of technology and governance to run together and the participation of youth in this domain so that we can see a better future ahead.
Exactly, it's so heartwarming, Parliament 101 example. So, what would be your suggestion, Srini, to the other future aspirants who would be joining this internship?
So my suggestion to the ones who are about to intern here is that first you have to, you might let the moments seep in first, because the moments are really eye-opening, to be honest. And on the other hand, you also need to be aware of the scene that you are about to witness, because you should take advantage of it. And my next suggestion will be that you should try to make the most out of this internship. Why? Because you will never be able to attain this kind of knowledge anywhere. I will provide an example. On one hand, you have India's second largest library, so you can gain knowledge through that. And on the other hand, you will be meeting so many luminaries here, so you should try to make the most out of it. And further, I will suggest the interns who are coming here to shed away their shyness. Why? Because like it is better to try and fail rather than regretting without trying. That's my advice.
Being a real-time participant, Garv, what would be your suggestion to the interns?
Yeah, first of all, I would like our viewers to mark my words that you won't find a better place to work apart from the Rajya Sabha Secretariat. Secondly, I would encourage you guys to each of you so that you can just participate and get selected for this internship. And thirdly, if you get selected, first of all, I would like to congratulate you, and just like Srini mentioned, just try to make most out of this internship program.
On the whole, the entire internship is a stark example of improving oneself and ensuring accumulation of knowledge, which will be utilized for several instances in one's life. This will be a wonderful opportunity to explore multiple future aspects, beginning with legislation, administration, policy making, politics, and I can go on and on. This exposure one will gain is immense and enormous. So, we are grateful for this wonderful opportunity. At last, I would like to thank our Honorable Vice President and Chairman of Rajya Sabha, Shri Jagdeep Dhankar, Secretary Shri Rajat Punani Sir, Additional Secretary Dr. K.S. Somasekhar Sir, and Joint Secretary Dr. Rosie Silo Ma'am, Joint Secretary Mr. Ratan Kumar Sahu, who is the Director of the program, and every official who assisted us in this internship program. Thank you once again for joining me, and at last I would like to end with a quote. You should learn out of inquisitiveness. What you have learned is just the tip of the iceberg, says our Honorable Vice President. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you so much, Garv, and thank you so much, Srinivas. Thank you.
Thank you.
संसद टीवी के और भी प्रोग्राम्स देखने के लिए सब्सक्राइब करें हमारा YouTube चैनल और हाँ, इन्हें लाइक और शेयर करना ना भूलें।